Alright, so moving on to the final segment. I'll be sharing my WWE Bash in Berlin pay-per-view prediction. So I'll be sharing all the following matches that will be provided on this WWE Bash in Berlin card. But there is one thing I need to address before I get to my predictions. Now, the thing I will be addressing is Triple H. I have to address his format of the 5 matches that he has on pay-per-view cards. The format was nice in NXT when Triple H was in charge of the Black and Gold brand in the late 2010s. It was nice. But you're on the main roster now. And not every pay-per-view that's not one of the big 4 pay-per-views of the year, like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, or Survivor Series, has to only be 5 matches, Hunter. The WWE arguably has the best roster since 2016, 2017. That's how stacked this main roster is right now. We deserve to see more than 5 matches on a pay-per-view card, Hunter. The main roster is too stacked for this format. There's no mid-card title defenses from the new mid-card champions of Braun Breaker and LA Knight, who won the Intercontinental Championship and the United States Championship at SummerSlam. There's no tag team title matches. How are you elevating the tag team division if you're not going to have tag team title matches on the pay-per-view for the men's division? And how are you supposed to elevate these type of stars if you're putting a blockage on them? If you're only going to have 5 matches on a pay-per-view card, the pay-per-views need to at least have 6 to 7 wrestling matches on a pay-per-view card from here on out. The roster, Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, is way too stacked for this. 5 matches, you get good quality out of each match. But Hunter, the roster is so damn stacked, I think more people should get more opportunities on pay-per-view cards. But let's get into it. So you'll have the mixed tag team match of Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley taking on Dominic Mysterio and the Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. So this will be a mixed tag team match. The end of the Judgment Day faction has happened. The Judgment Day has imploded. And they kicked out 2 members, that being Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley. The faction that we knew that took over Monday Night Raw, the Judgment Day, is no longer the same. And it all unfolded in one night at SummerSlam. You seen Dominic Mysterio cost Rhea Ripley the Women's World title when he sided with Liv Morgan. And then later on the night, you seen Finn Balor cost Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther, with really both of them being kicked out of the Judgment Day at the same exact night. So I think this is going to be a good storyline that Raw has to offer. I do believe that Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan will win this mixed tag team match and continue the storyline on even more to set up Damian Priest versus Finn Balor at Bad Blood, and also get Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan at Bad Blood for the Women's World title. I think that's the direction that's going to happen. I think that's going to be a good match. I expect Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio to have some type of interaction in the ring during some point of this mixed tag team match, but it should be a really good match on the card as well. Now, next you have the Unholy Union defending their women's tag team titles against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Now, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have done a pretty decent job with the women's tag team titles after they won the women's tag team titles in a tag team triple threat match at Clash at the Castle earlier this year. Now, I will say I could see this going either 2 ways. I could see A, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill regaining the women's tag team titles, or B, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire retain the women's tag team titles with either Bianca Belair or Jade Cargill turning on one each other, one of them becoming heel, and setting up the seeds to get that future WrestleMania match for WrestleMania 41 next year. But I'm going to go the route of Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. I think they will regain their women's tag team titles. What I just said, the seeds will be planted one way or another for one of them to turn on each other to set up that match on the road to WrestleMania. Will it happen at Bash in Berlin? I'm not sure. But it will happen eventually. But I'm going to say next Saturday, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill regain the women's tag team titles. Now, next match on the card is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Now, to my knowledge, this is the first time since 2009 that CM Punk will be involved in a strap match The first time that happened was the last time that happened was against Umaga, the late great Umaga, and that dated all the way back to Extreme Rules back in 2009. So I think this should be a fun strap match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. This will add another chapter to what has been one of, if not the greatest feud in 2024 across the board in all wrestling promotions. I think CM Punk wins this match, the strap match, to set up for the trilogy match. Again, Drew McIntyre won at SummerSlam with Seth Rollins being the special guest referee. I think at Bash in Berlin, CM Punk wins. And at Bad Blood, we get the trilogy match between Punk and McIntyre inside of a Hell in a Cell match. I think that's what should happen. I think that's the route that Triple H and the WWE executives are going to go in. Now, next match, you have Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship, with Cody Rhodes defending the WWE title. Now, this has actually been an interesting storyline that has taken place on the Blue Brand for Friday Night SmackDown. And this storyline has picked up steam since SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes giving his friend Kevin Owens a WWE title opportunity for having his back when Cody Rhodes was battling against the Bloodline 2.0 this summer. Kevin Owens hesitating to accept the title opportunity because he didn't feel like he earned it. But I find it interesting that WWE gave us a package of Kevin Owens turning on his friends. He had the package of Kevin Owens turning on Sami Zayn when he won the NXT title. You had Kevin Owens turning on Kofi Kingston when Kofi Kingston won the WWE title. Then you had Kevin Owens, of course, obviously turning on his mate Chris Jericho when he felt like Chris Jericho was a threat to his Universal title. So the history is there of Kevin Owens being a diabolical heel. And I think Cody Rhodes will win this match at Bash in Berlin. I expect it to be a great match between KO and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. I think at the end of the match, Kevin Owens will show some sportsmanship to Cody Rhodes. And then Kevin Owens will turn on Cody Rhodes, probably hit a pop-up powerbomb on that apron and set up a heel run, which will settle for the rematch of Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens at Bad Blood for the WWE title. Now, what should be the main event? You have Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I think this is going to be a fun rematch between Gunther and Randy Orton. If you guys missed their match in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament earlier this year, man, oh man, was that a physical, grueling, battling match. That was the best match on that King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view a few months ago. But Gunther, when he pinned Randy Orton's shoulders weren't down on the mat for a 3 count, obviously. And I'm glad that Triple H and the WWE executives ran this back, allowed Randy Orton, who is a Friday Night SmackDown superstar, to come over to Monday Night Raw to give Gunther his basically a big break for his first world title defense. What better way to defeat a Viper, a legend killer, and Randy Orton for your first world title defense if you're Gunther? And I think he's going to do that Bash in Berlin. I think Gunther and Randy Orton are going to have an even better match than what they did at King of the Ring. I expect this to be grueling, a tough, physical match. And I want to see what the ring general brings to the table. I think Gunther will defeat Randy Orton in what should be a great World Heavyweight Championship match at Bash in Berlin. But that is my WWE Bash in Berlin pay-per-view predictions. That is all the time I have for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. This is your host, Thomas Tyree, signing off. And I'll see you guys on next week's episode.